Hello, hello. Amen. Today I am trying modern music, and this is Promises uh featuring Joe Buns and Naomi Rain, Maverick City Music, Tribal. I'm an old-fashioned person. I love the golden oldies, and I love keeping things the way they are old fashioned. I just say that. So this is going to be a bit tasking, but I'm going to try. And I'm also going to be reading Psalm 119, verse 33 to 112. God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant and faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you do just what you say. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast. And then let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting sun, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. Oh. So, chapter 33, it says, Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I will keep it to the end. Give me understanding, that I may keep thy law and observe it with my whole heart. Lead me in the path of thy covenant, for I delight in it. Incline my heart to thy testimonies, and not to gain. Turn my eyes from looking at vanities, and give me life in thy ways. Confirm to thy covenant thy promise, which is for those who fear thee. Turn away the reproach which I dread, for thy ordinances are good. Behold, I long for thy precepts in thy righteousness, and in thy righteousness give me life. Lead thy steadfast love. Let thy steadfast love come to me, O Lord, thy salvation according to thy promise. Then shall I have an answer for those who taunt me, for I trust in thy word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for my hope is in thy ordinances. I will keep thy law continually, forever and ever. And I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought thy precepts. I will also speak of thy testimonies before kings, and shall not be put to shame. For I find my delight in thy commandments, which I love. I revere thy commandments, which I love, and I will meditate on thy statutes. Remember thy word to thy servant, in which thou hast made my hope. This is my comfort in my afflictions, that thy promise gives me life. Godless men utterly deride me, but I do not turn away from thy law. When I think of thy ordinance from of old, I take comfort, O Lord. Hot indignation seizes me because of the wicked who forsake thy law. Thy statutes have been my song in the house of my pilgrimage. I remember thy name in the night, O Lord, and keep thy law. This blessing has fallen to me, that I have kept thy precepts. The Lord is my portion. I promise to keep thy words. I entreat thy favor with all my heart. Be gracious to me according to thy promise. When I think of thy way, I turn my feet to thy testimonies. I hasten and do not delay to keep thy commandments. Though the cords of the wicked ensnare me, I do not forget thy law. At midnight I rise to praise thee because of thy righteous ordinance. I am companion of all who fear thee, of those who keep thy precepts. The earth, O Lord, is full of thy steadfast love. Teach me thy statutes. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according to thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I believe in thy commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep thy word. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The godless besmear me with lies, but with thy whole heart I keep thy precepts. Their heart is gross like fat, but I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I was afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Thy hands have made and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I might learn thy commandment. Those who fear thee shall see me and rejoice because I have hoped in thy word. I hope, O Lord, that my judgments are right. Thy judgments, I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that in faithfulness thou hast afflicted me. Let thy steadfast love be ready to comfort me according to thy promise to thy servant. Let thy mercy come to me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight. Let the godless be put to shame because they have subverted me with gall. As for me, I will meditate on thy precepts. Let those who fear thee turn to me, that they may know thy testimonies. May my heart be blameless in thy statutes, that I may not be put to shame. My soul languishes for thy salvation. I hope in thy word. My eyes shall fail with watching for thy promise. I ask, when wilt thou comfort me? For I have become like a wineskin in the smoke, yet I have not forgotten thy statutes. How long must thy servant endure? When wilt thy judge those who pursue me? Godless men have dug pitfalls for me, men who do not conform to thy law. All thy commandments are sure. They persecute me with thy falsehood. Help me. They have almost made an end of me on earth, but I have not forsaken thy precepts. In thy steadfast love, spare my life, that I may keep the testimony of my mouth. Forever, O Lord, thy word is firmly fixed in the heavens. Thy faithfulness endures to all generations. Thou hast established the earth, and it stands fast. By thy appointment they stand this day, for all things are thy servants. If thy law had not been my delight, I would have perished in my affliction. I will never forget thy precepts, for by them thou hast given me life. I am thine, save me, for I have sought thy precepts. The wicked lie in wait to destroy me, but I consider thy testimonies. I have seen a limit to all perfection, but thy commandment is exceedingly broad. Oh, how I love thy law. It is my meditation all the day. Thy commandments make me wiser than my enemies, for it is ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the aged, for I keep thy precepts. I hold back my feet from every evil way in order to keep thy word. I do not turn aside from thy ordinance, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. The word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I have sworn an oath and confirm it, to observe thy righteous ordinance. I am sorely afflicted. Give me life, O Lord, according to thy word. Accept my offering of praise, O Lord, and teach me thy ordinance. I hold my life in my hand continually, but I do not forget thy law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, but I do not stray from thy precepts. Thy testimonies are my heritage forever. Yea, they are the joy of my heart. I incline my heart to perform thy statutes forever to the end. Amen. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name.